Hey guys, Dan Pickar here with Eastmans Hunting Journals. For today's tip, we're going to take a look at onX Hunt app, and we're going to look at a new layer that is offered. It's the CWD layer. There's two different layers within that you can activate, and that's the CWD positive counties and the CWD zones and locations, which you click on those areas and it'll take you to an external site where you can see testing locations and specifics on the area that you click on. As everybody knows, CWD is prevalent around the West, and states are very proactive for the most part about testing and finding CWD. So it's taken very seriously. And the big thing that I want to stress, which is kind of new with different agencies around the West, and it will tell you this on the app as you click on these layers and you see these CWD positive counties. It'll take you to each state's specific regulations on what to do when it comes to transportation of your big game animal. And this is kind of new. Not a lot of hunters really know what to do or what you can and can't do, but the big one is it is illegal to transport a spinal column or brain matter outside of the state that you're hunting. They want you to leave the spinal column and the brain matter either in your hunting area, or you bring it to a residence and you dispose it in a certified county landfill or somewhere where it's going to be disposed of safely and properly, and the town deer or the neighbor's dog or whatever isn't going to be in contact with that spinal or brain matter. That's a huge one. A lot of guys, and even for me too, you got to pay attention to this, because usually you're out hunting, whether you kill a deer or an elk and you're in a different state, you load up, maybe you go gutless method and you have your quarters, but you have the head and you're bringing brain matter across state lines. That's a no-no. So the thing to do when you're transporting an animal home is remove the brain matter. You can skull cap the animal and remove the brain, no big deal. But maybe you're going to mount the animal, you don't have time to skull cap it or whatever that might be. So you have a whole head from a deer or elk. You want to be sure that you remove that brain. So whether you take a screwdriver, a wire, or whatever that might be to remove the brain, it's imperative that you do that, because you'll get chewed out, and different states have different regulations on whether or not they're fining hunters that are bringing brain matter across state lines. I haven't heard if they are actually writing tickets, but you will get chewed out. So make sure that spinal column and that spinal matter and the brain matter is removed from your carcass before you cross state lines or even county lines too. As you can see, as we kind of scrub through the app here and we're scrolling down through Colorado and eastern Wyoming and South Dakota here, most of these counties and most of these states, CWD has been detected, and probably the only reason they haven't been detected in some of these counties is they're not testing. Just like with anything, as they test more and more, they're going to find more and more, pretty common. CWD has been in the West for a long time, and specifically in 1985, CWD was found in wild elk in Colorado. So you can imagine over 30 years that it's spread, and agencies haven't really been testing or haven't been watching for it. Are we going to see bigger problems with our deer and elk herds? I don't know. It's hard to say, but what we do know now is the current regulations transporting game across state lines is there, and you have your positive CWD counties and links to take you to specifics on testing locations and positivity percentages in each county and state, depending on what state is testing and what they do to keep track of statistics. Not all states have mandatory testing. Actually, none of these states out west, and you can click on these areas, none of these states out west have mandatory testing that I've encountered. Montana, Idaho, Wyoming, there's no mandatory testing going on. But as you go to other states here, and we can click on this and it'll tell you Colorado testing units, and it has all these informations, testing informations, more CWD information. It'll even take you to the National Deer Association site. And additionally, I can click on this link here and it'll take me directly to Colorado Parks page on CWD. Where is it found? Where is it spread? The background of it, how they're expanding testing, direct statistics like we talked about. So a pretty cool tool. Just one more bit of information and a cool layer that you can toggle on and off on the onX Hunt map. So be sure to take a look and be aware when you're crossing state lines with that brain matter to get rid of it before you go home.